Um, I've been really busy actually. Like I've been working pretty much night and day as much as I can, trying to look after myself too, but I've been working a lot. I've been doing lots of graphics for Susie Wiles. We've been collaborating with Dr. Susie Wiles with the spin-off, sort of helping her translate some of her ideas into sort of accessible visual formats. She had sort of asked the spin-off if they could put her in touch with an illustrator to make a sort of a very simple explainer kind of version of that graph, and they I do lots of, I'm the sort of in-house illustrator there, so they put us in touch. I think part of what helps me explain it to people that don't understand is that I know I'm the person that doesn't understand when she initially comes to me and says, I want to do, next we have to do something about, the bubbles or whatever next sort of topic that it is that she's wanting to sort of introduce to everybody. That I have to, we'll usually Skype and talk about it until I understand. Usually I will just go away and scribble a really rough sort of penciled version. I'm working digitally, but I still think of it as pencils, like a sort of a really quickly sketched off one. And sometimes if the animation is key to the idea, I'll do a rough version of the animation, just a blockier version of the animation or something. Or sometimes I just describe to her and I'm picturing that it will, this guy's hand will raise up or whatever it is. Suddenly my phone went crazy with everybody I know texting me screenshots saying the Prime Minister's holding up your thing. It's like, yeah, I'm watching it, I'm seeing it too. Yeah, it's quite surreal. Like over the years I've had different creative jobs and for a while I worked in advertising, and I'm not anti-advertising or, I think there's people are earning a living and that's what you've got to do, but for me I felt like I got to a point where I'm using all these skills that I have to sell more beer or sell more football boots, or it's like I could use this to talk about important things that, as well. Like I feel in a way, I guess I feel that there's part of it that I do feel kind of lucky that I have the opportunity to do something to help. And I actually emailed Sharon Murdoch this morning too, saying, we were emailing about something else, but saying to her that I think the cartoons that she's been doing she always does this, and now it's sort of equally important now, and I'm really conscious of it because it's different to what I'm trying to do. Is what we've been trying to do is the real nuts and bolts, how the virus works and how we need to be safe. But her comics have all been about the sort of emotional side of what's going on, and about warmth and about kindness and about looking after each other. I love Sarah's comics too. I've been enjoying those. That's a really important side to it, the sort of the personal side to what we're all going through. I think will be really valuable to look back on those documents.
Usually I will draw my little diary comic. That'll be the first thing that I'll do, and that'll take me like maybe about an hour to an hour and a half to draw my little diary comic, during which time I've drunk my pot of coffee. And then, of course, the other thing which I'm doing while I'm working with my day job as a graphic designer for a government department, we have a stand-up meeting a Zoom stand-up meeting where we put our little headphones on and we go around in our respective houses and tell everybody what we're working on or not working on. We're making attempts to work on it. So that's the other thing which I'm sort of simultaneously doing. I'm sort of opening up my work email and sending emails and trying to force myself to refine an infographic or to lay out a PDF document or something like that. I think it does help me with the lockdown. I mean, I think what's really important, well, for me, I think it's, important to be able to structure my day. So I've got like tasks that I have to complete. And then when I've completed those tasks, I have a kind of a sense that, I've got something done and that my life hasn't slipped away. And also, I think the other reason why I think it's useful for me is that it kind of makes me look at the world in a particular way. So it kind of makes me look at the world in a humorous way, because all of this stuff could really get me down. When you are drawing diary comics, you do kind of put on your noticing eyes, and you begin to listen to what people are saying. You begin to see funny things in the world. You begin to kind of view little situations as kind of little kind of skits, little kind of dramatic moments that you can potentially use. So yeah, there's definitely a special kind of noticing when you're engaged in that project of making diary comics. You know, there are particular comics which, you know, I've read and I've particularly, you know, wanted to, aspired to be like them. I mean, there's your kind of classic ones that everybody says, which is, you know, Alison Bechdel and Marjane Satrapi. I mean, that's a kind of benchmark, and I, you know, I just completely adore Gillian Tamaki's artwork, and I love Eleanor Davis's artwork, and in terms of storytelling, I think I've already mentioned Gabrielle Bell, and you know, and again, you know, Sarah Glidden as well. She's, you know, got beautiful kind of artwork, and and there's you know, there was this amazing German comic who also, I think it's generally the people who do the kind of the hand drawn stuff that I am most drawn to.